If you are looking at SUVs under $10,000, you are stepping into a part of the market where most people lose money without realizing it. Because at this level, the real difference is not price or mileage. It is which vehicles quietly keep going and which ones slowly turn into a series of repairs you never planned for. And right now, a small group of Japanese SUVs are sitting in that gap. Proven, overlooked, and still undervalued. The problem is, that does not last. Because one of the SUVs on this list is already starting to climb in price, and another has a reputation that is only now catching up to how durable it actually is. Today, we are breaking down 6 of them before that happens. Number 6, Mazda CX-5. The Mazda CX-5 is one of the few SUVs in this price range that looks newer than it actually is. And that alone causes most buyers to misjudge it. Because while other manufacturers were moving towards smaller turbo engines and more complex systems, Mazda took a different route with the early CX-5. It focused on naturally aspirated Skyactiv engines, simple transmission design, and reduced mechanical stress across the drivetrain. That decision shows up clearly in owner reports. High mileage examples regularly cross 150,000 to 200,000 miles with routine maintenance. Transmission failures are relatively uncommon, and long-term complaints tend to be minor rather than catastrophic. The impact of that engineering approach becomes more obvious over time. Lower repair frequency, fewer major failures, and a level of predictability that is rare at this price point. And that matters because under $10,000, one major repair can outweigh the value of the entire vehicle. The CX-5 does not rely on reputation. It is not the first SUV people search for, and that is exactly why it is still undervalued. What comes next on this list, though, is a vehicle most people recognize, but very few actually understand. Number 5, Honda Pilot. The Honda Pilot from this generation is built on a platform that was never designed to impress. It was designed to endure. Under the hood sits a 3.5-liter V6 engine producing around 250 horsepower, paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission. It shares its core architecture with Honda's truck-based platforms, which means the drivetrain is engineered to handle weight, load, and long-term stress without excessive wear. That mechanical simplicity shows up in real-world data. High-mileage pilots regularly cross 200,000 miles, with many owners reporting only routine servicing, such as timing belt replacements, fluid changes, and suspension wear components. The engine itself is known for stable thermal management and low internal stress when maintained correctly. The impact is straightforward. Fewer unexpected breakdowns, predictable maintenance intervals, and a drivetrain that tolerates age better than most SUVs in this category. What holds it back in the market is not reliability, it's perception. The boxy design, higher fuel consumption, and family vehicle image push buyers toward trendier options. And that keeps prices lower than they should be. Next on this list is a vehicle that looks even more ordinary, but has one of the most consistent reliability records ever documented. Number 4, Lexus RX 330, RX 350. The Lexus RX 330 and later RX 350 are built on one of the most proven platforms Toyota has ever produced. But they are often overlooked because of the badge. Underneath the luxury branding sits a 3.3-liter V6 in the RX 330 and a 3.5-liter 2GR-FE V6 in the RX 350. Sonoma are producing up to 270 horsepower. Both engines are naturally aspirated, paired with a 5-speed automatic in earlier models and a 6-speed automatic in later RX 350 models, and tuned conservatively for long-term durability rather than peak performance. What separates this SUV is refinement without added mechanical risk. The powertrain operates at lower stress levels compared to turbocharged competitors, and the transmission uses a traditional torque converter setup known for longevity. Suspension components are tuned for comfort, which reduces wear on the chassis over time. In real-world ownership, many RX models exceed 250,000 miles, with some documented cases reaching well beyond 300,000 miles on original engines and transmissions. The consequence is clear. Long-term reliability combined with luxury-level build quality at a price point that does not reflect either. Buyers often avoid it due to age or perceived maintenance costs, but mechanically it remains one of the most durable SUVs in this entire segment. Now, what comes next is where things start to separate, because the last three SUVs on this list are not just reliable, they are the ones mechanics hold on to, the ones owners struggle to replace, and the ones that quietly keep going when everything else around them starts wearing out. And one of them, in particular, has a reputation that most buyers still have not caught up to. Number 3, Toyota Highlander. At a time when many mid-size SUVs were becoming heavier and more complex, the Toyota Highlander stayed rooted in a platform designed for consistency over time. This generation is built on Toyota's K platform, the same architecture used in the Camry, which immediately changes how the vehicle behaves mechanically. Instead of a body-on-frame setup, it uses a unibody design that reduces overall weight and stress on suspension and drivetrain components. Engine options include a 2.7-liter inline-4 and a more widely preferred 3.5-liter 2GR-FE V6, producing approximately 270 horsepower. Both are naturally aspirated, paired with either a 5-speed automatic or later a 6-speed automatic transmission, depending on the model year. The V6 variant in particular is known for balanced power delivery and low internal strain, even under load. Cooling systems are robust, and transmission behavior remains consistent under long-term use when fluids are maintained properly. In ownership data, Highlanders frequently surpass 200,000 miles without major drivetrain failure, with most maintenance centered around wear items rather than system breakdowns. Despite this, it is often dismissed as a purely practical family vehicle. And that perception continues to keep one of Toyota's most mechanically stable SUVs undervalued in today's market. Number 2, Honda CR-V, 2007 to 2011. There is a reason this specific CR-V generation keeps showing up in high-mileage listings, and it has very little to do with how it looks. At its core is Honda's 2.4-liter K24 inline-4 engine, producing around 166 horsepower. This engine uses a timing chain instead of a belt, which eliminates one of the most common long-term service costs. It is paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission that prioritizes smooth, low-stress gear changes over aggressive performance. From a mechanical standpoint, the design is intentionally conservative. The engine runs at relatively low compression compared to newer turbocharged units, reducing internal wear over time. Oil dilution issues are minimal in this generation, and the drivetrain layout keeps heat distribution stable, which is critical for longevity. Owner data consistently shows CR-Vs reaching 200,000 to 300,000 miles with basic servicing. Common repairs are typically limited to suspension bushings, wheel bearings, and standard wear components rather than major system failures. What makes this important is how invisible that reliability is. It does not stand out in listings, it does not attract attention, and because of that, it continues to sit under $10,000 while delivering one of the most predictable ownership experiences in this entire category. Number 1, Toyota RAV4, 2006 to 2012. Measured purely by long-term mechanical survival, very few compact SUVs in this price range match the track record of the third-generation Toyota RAV4. This model introduced a wider powertrain range, including a 2.4-liter 2AZ-EFE inline-4, and more notably, a 3.5-liter 2GR-FE V6, producing up to 269 horsepower. The V6 variant, paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission, delivers strong performance while operating well within its mechanical limits. The drivetrain layout is straightforward. No forced induction, no dual clutch systems, and no unnecessary complexity. The all-wheel drive system uses a reactive torque distribution setup, engaging rear power only when needed, which reduces constant drivetrain strain. Durability data supports the design. These RAV4s are regularly documented exceeding 250,000 miles, with many examples continuing beyond 300,000 miles when maintenance schedules are followed. One point worth mentioning is the 2.4-liter 2AZ-FE engine from these years, which is known for higher oil consumption caused by piston ring design. It is not a failure in the traditional sense, but it does require owners to check oil levels regularly to avoid long-term wear. Buyers who stay on top of it rarely see serious issues. The 3.5-liter 2GR-FEV6 in particular avoids that concern entirely and is known for stable internal components and consistent lubrication under load. Where it becomes overlooked is in its positioning. It is neither the newest nor the most refined option. But that lack of attention is exactly what keeps prices accessible. 6 SUVs, all built on proven engines and simple systems that keep going long after others start giving problems, and right now they are still sitting under $10,000. But that gap does not stay open for long. The people who recognize them early spend less, and the ones who wait usually end up paying more.